I'd like to start off with our last two claims for the affirmative side. One, that studies have shown that lawyers, judges, witnesses, and jurors will not be heavily affected by media in the courtroom. First point is that there is statistical evidence that people will not be affected by having cameras in the courtroom. Lynn Mather, who wrote Cameras in the Courtroom, a different book, said, studies by the court administrators and social scientists fail to support the speculation that cameras interfere with the judicial process. Another quote by Mather is, from 1991 to 1994, the federal courts conducted an experiment with courtroom cameras, after which most involved said they supported the extended use of cameras. An example from Hideh Nashiri's book, News Cameras in the Courtroom. Statistics say that 52% of witnesses in a courtroom were not distracted by a camera. 30% of jurors were not distracted by a camera, and 77% of the room said that cameras did not disrupt the courtroom proceedings. Also, in a separate table in the same book, increases 51% of the district judges in the area said that cameras in the courtroom increase jurors' attentiveness, that a witness or argument is particularly important. Everybody in the room basically said that year that most of it, having cameras in the courtroom did not affect it in any way. There's even evidence that having them in the room, it didn't change their ideas. They were no more motivated to tell the truth. They were no more willing to violate any sort of privacy. Nobody was affected by cameras in the courtroom. Our second claim, or our sixth claim, is that court TV is not a real court of law. A lot of people say that court TV, like you see on TV, is the same thing, therefore it doesn't really matter if you publicize a real court. But there's a big difference between real court and court TV. Hideh Nashiri said that many of us have become jaded or just plain misinformed about the workings of the judicial system. Frankly, court TV's goal is to substitute real law for LA law. And his words are true, because when you go on, flipping the channels during the day and you see a court TV show like Judge Judy or Judge Brown, it's got theme music, and the only person in the room who can make really big decisions is the judge. Hideh Nashiri quotes this. Responding to Kyle's negative speech, he brought up three aspects of his speech. It hurts the judiciary system, it violates privacy, and everyone is biased. So for the first one, hurts the judiciary system. We're not talking about Vietnam or what happened one day at McDonald's that a woman happened to get burnt by coffee. We're talking about having cameras in the courtroom, so the claim really isn't valid. Secondly, for privacy, talking about the Patriot Act, and how it advances our privacy. There is no privacy in a courtroom because everybody who's there, including the random jurors, can judge you. It's our nature to judge people. He said that people will know about the person being accused without actually knowing them, and being in the court ruins future job options. Well, frankly, that person should have thought about their job options before they committed a crime or killed someone. It all depends on the individual trial, but if they're in court, they're willing to be looked on by 12 jurors. Third, everyone is biased. Well, it's true, everyone is biased. We all have our own opinions, but if the information you get from a courtroom is completely different from what you get from the newspaper. Newspapers, television shows, radio shows, they're all biased. And no matter what kind of news you listen to, the best place to get it is from the source. So, going back to court TV, Hideh Nashiri also said that in 1997, 96% of people agreed that complete and unedited television coverage of trials would give them more accurate information than relying upon news media. This further benefits the fact that everyone is biased. We all need to make our own decisions.